Nana, why do you always have that strange smell? Dad says it's just your scent. Those words crushed 71-year-old Eleanor Wilson's spirit completely. She'd maintained impeccable personal hygiene throughout her life, yet here was her precious grandchild saying this. The little one now refused to cuddle on her lap, subtly turning away when Eleanor requested an embrace. Later that evening, Eleanor left to her bedroom, pulled her comforter up, and sobbed quietly for hours. Greetings, I'm Dr. William Jefferson, an 80-year-old specialist in geriatric medicine who has treated more than 12,000 elderly patients. Today, I'm going to reveal an uncomfortable reality that perhaps no one has directly addressed with you before. Has this situation seemed familiar? You're on public transportation and nobody takes the empty spot beside you. Your grandchildren appear reluctant to sit close to you. Your son or daughter-in-law frequently throws open the windows in your home to get some fresh air. That distinctive elderly aroma, could it be coming from me? Indeed. Through my extensive clinical experience with countless senior citizens, I've discovered something important. Approximately 99% of individuals above age 65 aren't aware of it, but others around them can definitely detect their particular scent. Even more unfortunate, most family members avoid mentioning it out of kindness, leaving seniors unaware. Consider Robert Johnson's experience. Robert showered every morning and maintained spotless living conditions, yet one afternoon his daughter brought visitors over, and he accidentally overheard someone murmur, "Wow, that elderly gentleman's smell is quite strong." Robert was devastated. Afterward, whenever his grandchildren came to visit, he mostly stayed in his bedroom. If you've continued listening, perhaps you're wondering if this applies to you as well, and your intuition is probably correct. But please don't be discouraged. Continue watching this entire presentation, and I'll provide an excellent solution. Medical research confirms that aging naturally causes our bodies to develop a distinctive odor. It's not something you've done wrong. Physical changes occur naturally with advancing years, and this includes alterations in body chemistry and scent. Now, before we dive in, I'd love to know, where are you tuning in from? Comment below and share your city. I always enjoy hearing from you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips like these. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming up next. I'd love to know, where are you tuning in from? Comment below and share your city. I always enjoy hearing from you. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more tips like these. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming up next. Point 1. Why our bodies smell different as we age. The truth is, as we get older, our bodies don't smell the way they used to. And no, it's not because you're not bathing enough or that you're doing something wrong. In fact, most older adults I meet are very clean, many even bathe more than younger folks. But still, that smell sticks around. Why? It all comes down to natural changes in the body, things you can't see, but they happen anyway. One of the biggest ones is how much we sweat. You might think less sweat means less smell, right? But it's actually the opposite. When we were younger, sweat helped clear out toxins from our skin, like a built-in cleaning system. After the age of 60, we sweat a lot less. That means the gunk, the bacteria, and the oils on our skin stay there longer, and over time, they start to smell. And then there's something called sebum. That's the oily stuff your skin produces. In younger people, it doesn't really smell much. But as we age, the chemistry of that oil changes. It creates a substance called 2-nonenal, now that's the real culprit. It has a kind of greasy, slightly musty odor that clings to clothes, skin, and even bedding. And most seniors don't even notice it because we're used to our own scent. But others can smell it, especially the younger ones, who are more sensitive to it. After 60, saliva drops almost by half. That means your mouth dries out more easily, and when it's dry, bacteria thrive. This leads to bad breath, even if you're brushing daily. And when you're talking to someone close, it can become noticeable. So no, it's not you as a person. It's just what the body does over time. But that doesn't mean you have to live with it. In the next part, I'll show you exactly how to reduce this smell, starting with just a few small daily habits. Point 2. The 3 body areas you must wash properly. Let's be honest for a second, most of us think we know how to take a proper shower. We've been doing it our whole lives, right? But here's the thing, as we get older, the way we bathe often needs to change too. Not because we're dirty, but because our bodies needs change, and certain areas need extra attention that we may not have focused on before. 90% of the body odor that people complain about comes from just 3 spots. That's right, 3 areas. And most people miss them or just don't clean them thoroughly enough. But once you start, you'll notice a real difference, sometimes in just a few days. First, the skin folds. These are the warm, moist places where sweat and oil build up, places like the neck, especially the back, under your arms, under the breasts, the belly folds, groin, behind the knees, and even behind your ears. These folds trap bacteria, and if not cleaned properly, that bacteria causes odor. And honestly, many people just wash over them quickly or forget them entirely. But these spots need a gentle but thorough scrub every single day. Second, hairy areas like your scalp, underarms, and for some, the chest. Hair holds onto oils and sweat, and that can lead to odor lingering even after a shower. Your scalp especially needs a good massage when shampooing. Not just a rinse, a real scrub with your fingers. Same goes for armpits. Don't just glide the soap and rinse. Lather, scrub, rinse well, and then dry completely. Third, sweaty areas, like your feet, especially between the toes, your palms, and even your lower back. Our feet are in socks and shoes all day, so they stay damp. That makes them a perfect place for bacteria to grow and smells to build. And if you don't wash between the toes or dry them well afterward, that odor stays with you, and gets into your shoes, socks, and even your room. So here's what I want you to take away from this. Next time you shower, slow down. Use a soft washcloth or loofah, some mild soap, not the super strong kind, and take a few extra minutes on those 3 areas. Then dry off completely. Trust me, just doing this one thing can change how your family sees and smells you. You're doing great, let's keep going. Now, we're going to talk about something incredibly simple that most people overlook: water. Not fancy products, not special diets, just warm water. And I promise, once you understand why it matters, you'll never skip it again. Point 3. How drinking warm water daily helps reduce odor. You might be wondering, what does water have to do with how I smell? That's a fair question. But here's the thing, your body is always working to get rid of waste. It does that through your sweat, urine, and even your breath. But when you're not drinking enough water, those waste products hang around longer, and that leads to buildup inside your body and on your skin. And over time, that buildup smells. Now, as we age, we tend to drink less water. Maybe we don't feel as thirsty, or we're afraid of too many bathroom trips. I get it. But not drinking enough water is one of the main reasons why older adults develop a stronger body odor. You're not flushing out the toxins like you used to, and they start coming out through your skin instead. Just 6 glasses of warm water a day can make a big difference. Not cold, not icy, just warm water. Why warm? Because it's gentler on the stomach, easier to absorb, and encourages your system to start moving. Warm water helps your body push out toxins through urine, rather than letting them build up in your skin. That means fewer bacteria feeding off those toxins, and less smell. Let me give you a simple plan. 1 glass when you wake up. 1 before lunch. 1 after lunch. 1 around 3 p.m. 1 before dinner. And 1 before bed. That's 6. If you have coffee, try to add an extra glass of water because coffee can dehydrate you. And remember, tea and coffee don't count. Only water helps your body clean itself from the inside out. One of my patients, Margaret, told me she hated water. But once she started the 6-glass habit, even her granddaughter noticed. She told her, "Grandma, you smell nice." That one compliment made it all worth it. So if you want to make a change that costs nothing, takes just seconds, and helps your whole body feel fresher, start with water. It's the most natural cleanser we have. Point 4. How light walking in the sun helps reduce body odor. Now, I know what you're thinking. Dr. Henry, I'm too old for exercise, or my knees hurt just getting up. I hear this all the time. But when I say exercise, I'm not talking about jumping jacks or going to the gym. I'm talking about a simple 20-minute walk, outside, in soft sunlight. That's it. No fancy gear, no hard effort. Just movement. Why does this matter for body odor? Because walking gently gets your body moving again. Even a little sweat helps clean out your pores, which are often blocked in older adults due to less activity and less circulation. When you walk, your blood flows better, your skin breathes more, and your body starts to naturally push out some of the stuff that's been sitting inside, the kind of stuff that makes you smell off. And then there's the sunlight. You don't need to sit under the hot midday sun, in fact, you shouldn't. But a walk before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m., when the light is soft, is perfect. Sunlight helps kill certain bacteria on the skin, especially the ones that cause odor. It also boosts your mood, helps your bones, and even improves sleep. But for our topic today, it helps freshen up your body in the most natural way. One man I worked with, Fred, was 81. He told me he hadn't gone for a walk in years because of joint pain. I told him, just start with 5 minutes. He did. Then he built up to 10, then 20. And the funny thing is, it wasn't just his body that felt better. His wife said their bedroom didn't have that heavy smell anymore, and his daughter stopped opening windows every time she visited. He told me, that walk saved my pride. You don't have to power walk or push yourself. Just move gently. A stroll down the block. Around the garden. Sit for a few minutes if you need to. The goal is consistency, not intensity. So if you've been staying indoors too much, give this a try. You'll be amazed how 20 quiet minutes outside can clear your body and your mind. You're doing amazing, I really mean that. Now let's talk about something we all love, and sometimes struggle with food. Most people don't realize how much of their body odor is connected to what they eat. But once you understand it, you'll have more control than ever. Point 5. How your diet affects body odor. Here's the truth, your body reflects what you put into it. And as we age, our systems slow down a bit. That means the food we eat doesn't move through as quickly, and sometimes it sits longer than it should. When that happens, waste builds up. And your body has to find a way to get rid of it, often through your skin. Now, I'm not here to take the joy out of eating. I'm not going to tell you to cut out all your favorite foods. But I do want to help you add in a few smart choices that make a real difference, not just for how you smell, but for how you feel every day. Let's start with something simple, antioxidants. That's just a fancy word for foods that fight the aging process inside your body. When your cells age, they oxidize. It's kind of like when a piece of fruit turns brown after you cut it. Antioxidants slow that down. And guess what? The slower your body ages inside, the less odor you produce on the outside. Foods like tomatoes, apples, strawberries, cucumbers, brown rice, and buckwheat are rich in antioxidants. Try adding just 1 or 2 of these a day, a tomato in your sandwich, an apple with your breakfast, or a few strawberries as a snack. And here's something most people find surprising: garlic actually helps reduce body odor in the long run. Yes, it smells strong when you eat it, but inside your body, it fights bacteria and toxins that contribute to bad smells. Just a clove or two a day is enough. You can cook it into meals, no need to chew it raw. Next up, watery fruits and veggies. Things like watermelon, pears, cucumbers, and tomatoes help flush your system. They hydrate you from the inside and get your digestion moving. That means less waste sitting around, and less of it seeping out through your skin. And don't forget your gut. A lot of odor comes from constipation. If waste is stuck inside, your body starts to push it out in other ways, through your breath and skin. So make sure you're getting fiber in your meals. Brown rice, oats, lentils, and leafy greens help keep things moving. One woman I worked with, Margaret, started eating oatmeal and soup every morning. Within a month, she told me, "I don't just feel lighter, my husband says I don't smell the same anymore." So don't worry about perfection. Just start small. Add in a few of these foods, drink water, and give your body the tools it needs to clean itself naturally. You'll feel better, and the people around you will feel the difference too, without you saying a word. Point 6, the mouth, how bad breath adds to old age smell. Have you ever leaned in to talk to someone, and they slowly step back? Or maybe you've been around your grandkids and you notice they don't get as close as they used to. It might not be your body, it might be your breath. And I'm not saying that to embarrass you. This is something I talk to my patients about all the time, because it's more common than you think. After 60, the amount of saliva your body makes drops significantly, sometimes by 50%. And saliva isn't just there to keep your mouth wet, it actually helps clean your mouth all day long. It washes away food particles, neutralizes acid, and keeps bacteria in check. So when there's less saliva, bacteria start to grow. And that leads to dry mouth, bad breath, and yes, part of that old person smell people don't talk about. Now, you might already brush your teeth once or twice a day, and that's good. But here's the thing, brushing alone isn't enough. The first thing I recommend is brushing 3 times a day. Once after each meal. Not for 10 minutes, just a good 2-minute clean each time. But don't stop there. The real secret is your tongue. Most of the bacteria that cause bad breath live right on your tongue. And brushing doesn't always get them. That's why I always recommend using a tongue scraper. You can buy them cheap at any drugstore. Just a few gentle strokes in the morning and evening can clear out the stuff causing odor. It might make you gag at first, but you'll get used to it, and you'll notice a difference fast. Then there's sugar-free gum. Chewing gum for 10 minutes after meals helps boost saliva naturally, which keeps your mouth fresh. Look for gum with xylitol, it also helps prevent cavities. And if you drink coffee or alcohol, be aware, both of these dry your mouth out, making the smell worse. If you're not ready to quit, try cutting back. 1 or 2 cups of coffee is fine, just make sure to drink extra water with it. One of my patients, Linda, told me she didn't realize how dry her mouth had gotten. After she started tongue scraping and chewing gum, she said, "I'm not scared to speak close to people anymore." That's powerful. So if you've been wondering why you still smell off even after you shower, check your mouth. A fresh mouth changes everything, the way you feel, the way people respond to you, and you're alright, let's keep going. You've been learning a lot, and I'm proud of you for sticking with it. Now let's talk about something that often gets missed, even by people who shower every day and eat all the right things. I'm talking about the stuff you wear and sleep in. Yep, your clothes, your sheets, even your shoes, they all hold on to odor, sometimes more than your body does. Point 7. How clothes, bedding, and shoes can make you smell, even after you've cleaned yourself. Here's the truth, you can do everything right, shower daily, eat well, drink warm water, clean your mouth, and still notice that smell lingering around. And it's not you. It's your clothes, your socks, your bed sheets, and even your slippers. Let's start with clothing. As we age, our skin produces more oil and dead skin flakes, especially overnight. These get into our clothes, especially the ones close to our body, like underwear, undershirts, and socks. Now, if those don't get washed daily, the oils and sweat trapped in them start to break down. That's what causes that old, musty smell that hangs around even after a bath. So my first advice is simple but powerful: change your underwear, undershirts, and socks every single day. Don't stretch it out for 2 or 3 wears. And if you tend to sweat more or live in a warm place, consider changing twice a day. Also, cotton is your best friend. It breathes better and absorbs less odor than synthetic materials. Next up, bedding. You sleep on it every night, and your body sheds skin, sweat, and oil without you even realizing it. That builds up in your sheets, pillowcases, and blankets. And if you're only washing your bedding once a month, or less, that smell is going to stay with you. Start washing your sheets once a week, and pillowcases even more often, every 3 to 4 days if you can. Sun dry them when possible. The sun is a natural bacteria killer. Now, let's talk about something almost nobody thinks about: your shoes. Your feet sweat a lot, even if you don't feel it, and that moisture gets trapped in your shoes. If you wear the same pair every day without airing them out, the smell builds up and spreads to your socks and feet. What can you do? First, rotate your shoes. Don't wear the same pair 2 days in a row. Let them dry out. Second, sprinkle a little baking soda inside your shoes overnight. It absorbs odors. And third, wear cotton socks and change them daily. It makes a huge difference. One of my patients, Robert, used to wear his favorite slippers all day long. I asked him how long he'd had them. He said, about 4 years. I gently told him, it might be time. He bought a new pair and started rotating shoes. A week later, his daughter said, "Dad, your room smells better." Just like that. And one last tip: air out your room. Twice a day, morning and evening, open the windows for 10 minutes. It helps clear out the stale air and brings in freshness. Especially if you've got carpet, curtains, or fabric chairs, they soak up smells like a sponge. So remember, sometimes the smell isn't on your skin, it's in your stuff. Clean clothes, fresh sheets, and aired-out shoes can make you feel 10 years younger. You made it. We're at the final stretch now. And let me just say, I'm proud of you. Most people click away, skip ahead, or avoid this kind of topic altogether. But you stayed, you listened, and that means you care. Not just about how you smell, but about your health, your confidence, and your relationships. So let's bring it all together. So where do you go from here? You don't have to do everything at once. Just pick one thing. Maybe start with warm water in the morning, or changing your socks daily, or adding a little walk to your routine. One small change is all it takes to begin. Because this isn't just about smell. It's about restoring something deeper: your pride, your joy, your closeness with the people you love. When your grandchild hugs you tighter, when your spouse says, "You smell nice," or when you look in the mirror and smile because you feel fresh, that's what this is all for. So take that step. You deserve to feel good in your own skin. You deserve connection. You deserve to walk into a room and feel welcome. And if this video helped you, even just a little, I hope you'll share it with someone else. A friend, a neighbor, a loved one, because nobody talks about this stuff, but everybody needs to hear it. Thank you for being here. Keep taking care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next one.